deal. So, I guess we can probably go ahead and bring in our first guest, right?
That would be cool.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Joe.
How are you? Hey, Doug.
Right before the show, I seen you showing off something in the camera.
Yes, I have no place. I don't know where to put it. I'm not
I've seen
really
you
set
like,
up.
I've seen you like doing
Lord,
this.
trying to test it, see how it was going to fit in there.
It looks great.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
It contrasts the background very nicely.
Yes, I was going to try to hang it, but I ran out of time.
It's okay, I do that. So for people who don't know who you are, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Joe from Strega Productions. I have a twin brother. I apologize he can't be with us this evening. Um, we build movie quality silicone props. We've been around since '92, so that's over 30 years. Feels like forever. Um, and we've enjoyed trying to make everything look as realistic as when we haunted back in the day. We enjoyed the silicone, the latex and the foam and everything everybody else did, and we wanted a realer look. So we started to go into silicone, and through School of Hard Knocks, we started to develop what we felt were items that truly started to look and feel real. So that's really what we try to bring.
I definitely agree. Like your all stuff is insane. Like it's so realistic looking. Oh my gosh. And
Well, wait,
I mean that's
isn't-
technically what you won the
I
award
was gonna
for.
say.
Yeah, we won the award for the autopsy body. We have a full 6'2" autopsy body, includes all the organs, obviously 2 lungs, heart, kidneys, stomach, 5 feet of large intestines, 20 feet of small intestines, all fits inside. You could take it all out and set the scene, or you could, autopsy the guy while they're walking through. It's all finished inside with the spine and ribs and everything. So it's really, you can do what you like with it. It's a prop made to shine a light on, not something you want to put in the dark.
So how long did it take, because you can take stuff out and like it's really realistic, how long did it take to make that?
Well, it's from a life cast. So most of our items come from a life cast. We cast models or whoever's willing to
You're
lend
telling
us their
me
limb.
you go and find livers and lungs and cast them?
No, well, those are sculpted. But we create more than one at a time. So that way, when it's in paint, everything's in paint. When it's in hair, everything's in hair. But I want to say probably we could do about 3 in 10 days, depending on how many people are working on it.
That's
If
faster
everything
than I
else is done.
expect. That's really fast.
Everybody says that, but we've been doing it for 30 years. So we're supposed
Right.
to make it look easy.
I was just about to say, I was like, if you're finding real inside parts, did you go to the Mutter Museum while you were at East Coast? 'Cause
We've tried to go to butchers. We tried a bunch of different things, but it's
Yeah.
easier to just sculpt them.
It was very odd because we weren't booth neighbors there, but like I could see you down the hallway and I looked over at one point and I just seen you like pick up lungs and like was showing this guy. I was like I had to double take. It was really cool though.
Thank you. We enjoy doing it. Sometimes you got to stuff them back in. We're pretty busy. So we try to let them, everybody's afraid to touch everything. So we kind of want them to feel it, pick it up, feel the weight, feel
Yeah.
the texture. It's kind of like what really brings it home and what sells the piece after they held it in their hand,
Right. So you said you've been doing this for quite a while. What did you all just start out doing the autopsy bodies or like what did you all start out doing?
No, first we were diamond dealers 100 years ago back in the day. And this was kind of a passion hobby that just became a business. And we introduced, I have a piece, Strega Moon was the original mascot. I don't know if you could see this hand. It's kind of old and beaten up now.
Oh yeah, yummy.
But, I don't know how to do this thing. Anyway, we started with just hands just to kind of see if the customer base would appreciate the work that goes into it. And also the silicone costs more than latex. So we wanted to see if they would appreciate the price for the value, see the value in what they were getting. And they really do appreciate what we do and how hard we work on it. So it's really been successful selling it to the haunted industry.
So is this like your full-time gig now?
It's been our full-time gig forever. So, yeah.
That's always a good thing. Like being
Sorry,
able
I'm
to
having a
do what you
drink.
love.
Join me.
No, you're good. It's always good being able to do what you love for like an actual job. I just figured out that. But so I guess was that the first thing that you all did with your
That was
company? Like that prop?
the first silicone prop. We used to build sets. Strega Moon's been through a lot of different things. We built full sets. We did some consulting, some designing, attraction design. We had our own attraction. And then we just wanted something that looked, and felt more real than what was available to us. So we decided to start making it our own. And we got picked up by a few studios and networks and stuff like that. And it just kind of took a life of its own. We got out of the diamond business and went for our passion. Not that we didn't do well with that. We just enjoy doing this more. So,
Doug, I've been knocking you off. Do you have questions?
No, I'm listening. I'm like, yeah.
I
was
like,
just-
I haven't even thought about it.
I was just gonna say the name of this award was insanely realistic looking prop. And that was actually, to quote one of the people who picked them for the award, that's what they called it. So I don't know if you know this, Joe, this year, well, for the last 2 years, we did not pick the awards. We actually handed paper and, basically let the attendees, we picked out 12 attendees, and they went and picked the awards.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. So you were picked, you had the most picks for creative prop. And then it was kind of funny because all of them said it was so realistic. It was the most realistic thing on the floor, they said.
Well, I really appreciate that. That's our aim, and we do appreciate that we were recognized and that we won an award and that they appreciated our work, and we also appreciate all you do, Doug, for all the vendors as well.
Thank you.
And the attendees and everybody. I mean, you really do your best to put on the best show you can.
Well,
it's great.
Well, we're gonna continue to keep doing that and continue to grow and see where this takes us, so we can look back and say, 20 years ago we started at
right. And I'm planning on being around for that conversation. I want to be at every show that I possibly can. And just it's a little side note, but I just want to say, Strega is Italian for witch. A lot of people ask us, how did you get your name? What does it mean? Some people can't even pronounce it. So I just want to, for the record, say that Strega is Italian for witch, and that's why it's Strega Moon Productions. Obviously, we're Italian.
So then why did you pick a witch?
Strega?
Yeah, why did you pick that?
That's a long story, but kind of born and raised Strega. It's an Italian thing. So it just was fitting to go into the Halloween industry with the witch name, but saying it in Italian. So it sounded a little different than what was out there.
Pretty cool, though. So other than the autopsy body, what do you all make?
Severed heads, limbs, full sets of organs.
Cool stuff.
We have 3-in-1 torso that an actor can actually get inside and gut himself, or he could be getting gutted while someone stands over him. Or you could use him just as a static prop. We have some new and exciting things coming out for 2025. I don't want to really go off and say it, but it's going to be a nice line, a unique line added to what we already do, taking some of what we do and adding a twist and adding some new things as well. So we're excited about that.
I'm so glad that Chris pulled up the website so we can all look at it.
Some of the pictures are under construction.
Whose faces are those?
I have
mostly models that are willing to let us do it. We have many others, but we're just slowly bringing them out to see how the people enjoy it. That's the 3-in-1 torso.
I have to tell you a quick story, Joe. So do you remember Virtual Fear Expo?
I do.
Okay. So we had to create these ads, basically digital ads, to create your booth for Virtual Fear Expo. And so we used freelancers and we used, different people to create different booths because we had so many booths to create. There's no way Chris and I could do it all ourselves. So I remember handing off your project to a freelancer, and she quit on me that night after seeing. She's like, I can't do these bodies and stuff like this.
Really?
She's like, she wasn't prepared for what she saw on the website, and it was my own fault because to me it was like, oh yeah, this is Halloween. But yeah, she was like,
I was just thinking about
this.
that. I was just thinking, I was like, you were talking about like the prop where people can like sit in it, like rip their guts out. I'm thinking, if you had this conversation like in the middle of a restaurant somewhere, just like with no background knowledge of like us being haunters, that would be a very weird conversation to listen.
You're right. We're numb to it. Occasionally when we're talking about business, people like not sure what field we're in, or I thought that the person that stopped doing the work for Fear Expo for us was because we needed so much help. You have so much help. We had no clue what we were doing with that. So my hat's off to you. You really helped us. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm surprised I was able to get on this. Our interns come in and they're like, we're numb to it and they're new. They want to learn. So they'll come in and we'll have a severed head or whatever. And we'll be, eye day, and they have to install, put eyes in. And some of them get freaked out and they think this is what they want to do, because they go from applying makeup and wounds to actually working on what they, what looks like dead things. So some of them get freaked out and some of them hang in there.
Look how realistic that is.
I forgot what it's called. I'm sure my dad will put it in the comments. But like where blood sits somewhere so long it turns purple. Like it even has that. I don't remember what it's called.
We try to do a lot of research, from bullet holes to where a autopsy body sits. The bottom, all the blood starts to go to the bottom, and it really looks different than what we present. But you have to kind of keep it looking a little real. Otherwise, the people aren't going to realize, because many of them haven't seen the real thing. So we kind of do a mix of real and dead to keep.
See, they put it in the comments, coagulating.
I'm missing all the comments. I see Dave there, Dave Quinn, and I saw Zach from Dead Grave Props, and so Monsters Alive. So I just want to say hey to everybody.
So I know that you do.
Not reading the messages as fast as I should be. I'm sorry.
I know that you do the haunted house stuff, of course, and then you said movie stuff. So I am going to ask about that. But because it's so realistic, have you had like hospitals and medical people reach out to you about it?
We do some staging for that, for them to desensitize their staff to certain things. We can do many different things. So we can put it so you can tap a vein and do all that, but obviously that's not at the same price points we sell.
Right.
Depending on how crazy you want to get. The films, because we're non-union, we try not to talk too much about those, kind of step on a lot of toes, so it's easier just for us to ship some stuff in. So I'll kind of keep that there.
That's fair. But it's just, it's so crazy, Doug. Do you have his stuff in your haunt?
I do.
I figured you do.
I've been a customer before we even knew each other very well.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it was actually kind of weird because today we are going out through one of our storage barns. And so it's almost like Christmas because I never know what's out there. I'm finding props and I'm like, really? I have this? I found a whole box of arms and limbs from you because we were doing a meat locker. And so we ordered a whole bunch and then we got rid of the slaughterhouse. So I have a huge box full of stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's all coming back out.
I say you got to put that to use. That stuff hopefully you want to be able to shine a light on.
So yeah,
because
I've been a customer for a long time.
Because it's all silicone stuff, how would you recommend, like, for a haunt to take care of it? Like, if they're indoor or outdoor?
It holds up pretty well. Some of the stuff is made like as a prop where you kind of just want to set it and let it, just be a prop. The interactive stuff, we try to build in stretch mesh and some other things to make it a little more durable. Nothing sticks to silicone unless it's a silicone pigment. So pretty much anything you get on it, you're going to be able to wipe off. If it starts to shine, you can, for lack of a better term, we use a matte finish, but you could use a baby powder just to take that shiny silicone look off and dull it back up again. The foam that's inside is a urethane foam if we have to back it with that. And again, that's pretty much water resistant and it's encapsulated in the silicone. So pretty much it's pretty durable. You can wash with soap and water to restore it. The colors are not going to run that we put on there. And we also back everything up. If you have a problem with anything, you can call us and we will back our stuff. Even if it's years later, we've still, we knock on wood, have not had any complaints or any problems. But we even check up on people that's been years since they've had our merchandise and say, how's it holding up? And they're like, we thought it would be doing worse by now, but it's doing good. And even though they don't need it, we'll send them a repair kit or whatever they might need just as time goes on to keep it tight and make sure they can keep going. And we really try to stand behind everything that we do.
That's awesome.
When we opened that box up, we had it wrapped in like the plastic bubble wrap, the big bubbles. I don't know why. We must have had it laying around. And it looked just as good as the day we got it from you. I mean, it was so nice. And we haven't touched it in probably 4 years because that was the last time we had a slaughterhouse.
Okay, well, like I said, if anything, the only thing is, I will say we use smooth on products. All our products are handmade, hand poured down here in America. The weapons, however, are not the type you want to beat against the wall. Those are pretty much props. They'll withstand a little bit of abuse, but they're not for your actors to go crazy on. They're more of a prop. The other thing is at the shows, that's the best time to get a sale. It's the only time during the year that we'll run that deep a discount on any of our merchandise. We also stop taking all orders by June 1st. So it's just impossible for us to guarantee for the season because we're that busy. So the best way to lock in the sale prices at the shows, whether it's at Fear or if they see us someplace else, but lock it in when you see us and capitalize at the show. And then the balance is due when you pick the date before the season. So it's not like you have to, worry about coming up with everything up front. So
right.
How long can you take orders typically to be able to still get haunters their items by the 1st of September?
We stopped taking them on June 1st.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah, we stopped taking them on June 1st. If there's a certain amount of items we can make every year, and we try not to go, have to stop it before June 1st, but I will say that June 1st is the latest.
Right.
Did you see that, Tay?
I thought Doug was about to start crying.
I had to look because my light switch is right to the right of me, and I'm like, I didn't turn that off.
I saw that.
He thought a ghost was going to come get him. I see the look of panic. So, out of all your products, what has to be like one of your favorites?
Wow.
Or top 3. That might be easier.
Top 3.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, if I go by the reaction I get, I have to say the autopsy body for sure, because people truly do get freaked out by that. I enjoy a couple of the severed heads. I like the ball, but there's a couple that became my favorite because when we first made them, I was like, oh my God, I think we're going to die with these. Yeah, we put like different color hair in there. Anyway, I didn't think it was going to go. And for some reason, they're the first ones that always go. So that grew on me. And I have to say our original, the hands, because we have used them just for prank, other than obviously the industry, but we'll like throw them in the bushes when the lawn guys come, and they're like screaming all in different languages, because they found limbs in the bushes, So that's always fun. Like even to any of the shows, we used to pop the trunk and get some beers, whatever we're going to fill up, and a limb would fall out or whatever, and just to see everybody's reaction. So I have to say that the smaller limbs that you can kind of freak people out with is still one of my favorites.
I didn't even think about that. Whenever you have somebody, oh man, that's so funny. We've had people like with our horns, they're like, oh, I got it to scare my neighbor's dog or whatever. But I mean, that's like putting the limbs in the bushes and stuff. Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think we need to make an animatronic limb where it can just like move itself.
Well, I tell you, we are coming out with a line of silicone animatronics, full skin, full body, as
Love
naked as they can be, so you can get up real close and personal. And we're tweaking them to move as real as we can. That's why we haven't introduced them yet. But
Nice.
with some help from a few of our friends, we should be able to get them to where we want to be. We have Zach and James from Dead Grave Props helping us with that as well. So we're going to collab with them and make sure it hits the market this year.
Nice.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that.
We're excited.
Doug's like, yeah, that sounds great.
I love that kind of stuff. I tell you, that's one of my favorite things is when you can have something that just makes people go, what the hell just did that really move? Like the light turning off, it's like that kind of moment.
Man. Well, I know that we need to get your socials and where we can find you and your website and all that stuff. So if you would like to tell us all that info, and I'm sure Chris will post it as well with this.
Well, I tell you, I suck at that. So I can say I don't know the codes. I don't know the things, I guess, like Strega Moon. I think it's Strega with a I'm not even sure, a lower / whatever, Moon Productions or underscore Moon Productions in between each one for Instagram and Facebook. You could find us on. I think we're on Twitter as well at the Strega Moon, at Strega Moon. So
Facebook.
Right.
And our website's 1877vampire.com that you have up there. And you can always email us if you have any custom work or anything like that they need to do that doesn't go through the website. We can discuss with you.
There we go. There's the website on there too.
Thank you.
Everybody get in your orders before June 1st.
For as much as we'd love to take them all year, June 1st is our hard stop.
There we go. Everybody get them in before June 1st. Past that, you're going to be getting them in 2025.
That's it. That's it.
Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having us. Thank you for this wonderful award, Doug, and all the people who chose us. Thank you for recognizing and appreciating our hard work that goes into it. And we really appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being on the show, Joe. Appreciate it. And we'll see you again real soon.
Yeah, and I look forward to it. Jim Donnie.
Well, I tell you what, there is so much to talk about. We could do a whole show with Joe.
I know. They're so talented.
Their company, just years and years of the way they've adjusted and now where they're at. I mean, they're top of the line products. And every time they've done something over the years, it's always been, top of the line. So
it's so funny. Every time I'm at a show where they're at, I'll watch like, because your workers, I've never seen your workers do it, but like other shows that I've been to, like I'll watch their like union workers walk by and like rub the leg hair on their props, and they're like poking it and stuff. And right before the show floor opens, oh my god, it's so funny because their reactions I'll never get used to. I'm sure they have a lot of fun over there.
Yeah, I've actually heard people talk and they're like, I think those are real. And they're like, no, they're
Why
not.
would we bring real ones? Oh man. Did
Could
you
you
find
imagine?
out your light switch, by the way?
I have no idea what happened. Absolutely.